folks, I'm Nim Jickles. This is the Ain't That a Bitch podcast. I am recording episode 23 for the second time this week. I just did a recording yesterday. And you know what happened? My dumb, stupid, own self-ass dumb idiot muted my goddamn fucking shitting, useless, worthless, fucked up, dumb ass microphone. I muted it. I had it muted for an hour and a half of recording. My own computer was muted. And I recorded 90 minutes of a flat fucking line. And William, the entire time, did not realize that audio, when it's being recorded, usually goes up and down like a heartbeat, not flat like a dead person. And I didn't realize, and I didn't think to maybe check for even a second that we were really recording. Okay? We are trying to run a business for 8 months now, and it consists of a room of 2 idiots. We're trying to run a business with a room of 2 idiots, 2 laptops, a big-ass cup of water, and a microphone. That's what we're running on. Jesus Christ. And not only that, it couldn't just have been a shit episode like we've been having, okay? Look, I'll be the first to admit it. Ever since, the first couple of weeks of quarantine, this show has been going down the poopy hole, okay? Because what have we got to talk about? There's nothing to talk about because we are indoors all the time. There's no going to school. There's no new movies that can be watched or anything, okay? Except for fucking Trolls 2. God knows no one watched that piece of shit. So I've had nothing to talk about. It's been shit after shit episode, okay? And then yesterday, we did a recording, and it was like goddamn transcendence from the previous one. All right, it wasn't the best episode of the show ever. It wasn't, but I would say it was in the top 5. Okay, I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed making it. I was very happy with it. And that is, of course, the one. That's the one. Because life, these are the things, people, that make me say there is no such thing as luck. There is no such thing as luck. Because look at it. Look at it. Just look at this. It could not have been just a shit episode where everything got deleted or, none of it got recorded. And then I just thought, whatever. I mean, I'll just record a better one anyways. Okay? It had to be the one where I felt totally in control. First of all, we had already skipped an entire week of recording. All right? And then I was like, this is going to be a good one. All right? I wasn't even planning on being a good one. It was total luck. It was a total fluke. But, I just got into the right groove. I found great stuff to record. And so life refuses to fuck you over in a regular way. It refuses, moderate fuckage. Okay? It can't just, give you a nice smack across the head. It's gotta just drag you through an ocean of mud, okay, and leave you face down in the gutter. Life will only fuck you if it is the most colossal fuckage and the largest shit it can possibly take on your head. Life is trying at every moment to find a way to shit on you, but it cannot just be. It's gotta be either diarrhea or one of them just gargantuan turds. It cannot be just your daily shit. It's got to just take a load all over your head. And that's what it's done to me. I yelled myself hoarse. I got to tell you, that's probably, what we recorded yesterday was probably the angriest I've ever been on this podcast. That's right. I've been angrier. I'm sure I've been angrier in my life. But on recording, probably the angriest that I've ever actually been. And that's great, because that's the whole point of this show, is I'm supposed to come and get angry about things and be angry, but have it be recorded so that, I don't know, maybe some sickos out there find that amusing, I guess. Good for you. I mean, I'm not going to judge you, okay, because you're the only people who give a shit about what I do. You're the reason that keeps this thing going. I love you guys. But that's the whole point of the show. So that's great that I was absolutely furious. But now, and because I was so angry, I yelled myself hoarse. I ran out of water halfway through the recording. And I tore my throat open, okay? And now, I'm even angrier, but I have a sore throat, already, and I'm gonna have to yell even more this episode because I'm angry about the thing that I was angry about, that because I'm angry about it not getting created, not existing at all. So I'm like doubly angry. It's built anger on top of anger that's layered up, and I have a sore throat doing it. Okay, I had a sore throat recording the last one where I was just regular angry. Now I'm double angry with a sore throat already going into it. Okay, and I just did the whole thing yesterday. I'm tired, and guess what? I just ate lunch. Do you know what I ate for lunch? I ate spicy food. Goddamn spicy food. Why? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? My throat. I'm going to be coughing up blood by the time this is over. I don't know what is wrong with me, but I'm shitting on myself. I'm taking a dump and then rolling in it like a dog, like a stupid, dumb dog, or like my dog. Anyways, our shit's on Spotify now, so yeah, I said this yesterday, but now I have to say it again. Our recordings, our podcast, we put it on Spotify. You asked for it, you got it. Now go listen to it, bitches. You wanted it, so now you better goddamn go make use of it. Go right now, listen to our shit on Spotify. If you've already listened to it, listen to it again. I don't give a fuck. You know, you go recap. Go through the journey again, okay? Go and have a newfound appreciation for all the work I put in this goddamn show. Now that you know how much pain and suffering it brings upon me. Okay? Go listen to our stuff on Spotify. Also, the reason we didn't have a podcast out last week was because not only, part of it was because we set aside time to put stuff on Spotify, and then we also we released a new show, okay? New show, new video thing. We're calling it W/C, which can stand for William and Charles, because it's myself and my brother in it, or Water Closet, whatever you want. You know, take it as you will. And it's just this show where, like, we just play, you know, kind of shitty 2-player games, and then we just talk about them or whatever and joke about them. And we're not funny, and the games aren't good, and the gameplay isn't good. But, like, it's easiest shit to do and hardest shit to edit. So it's out there. It's on the internet. Watch it. I don't know what else to tell you. The first episode that we got out is of us playing a game called Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. I love the title. I love the title because this game is so explicit. It ensures that there's no confusion whatsoever. Like, it's a game called Brothers, so it's probably about brothers. You'd be right. And then, just in case you were wondering, like, what kind of brothers, it's two sons, okay? Which I guess is just them trying to accommodate for, you know, the modern era. You could be brothers, but, you know, a son and a daughter, right? We don't know. You could be a daughter, but you want to be a brother. Sure, okay. Just being inclusive. Why not? Why the fuck not? So, thanks to that title, right? Thanks to that incredibly comprehensive title, there's absolutely no confusion over what the game is about, right? And that's this game. That's this whole thing. It's incredibly explicit in everything. You're never confused about what's going on at all. It's everything is crystal clear. You'll see when we play it, because you sure as hell better have already watched it. So you should already know what I'm talking about. You should already know when I say, you know, this game it's just made stupendously. Everything makes perfect sense. I have nothing bad to say about it, except that it's a piece of shit. It's absolutely a piece of shit. Anyways, love the Icelandic people. It's fine. Reason for me putting my shit on Spotify, basically because I've got some of my peers now, okay, some of the folks that I know, and I assume I don't know, I would like to think I was an inspiration to them, but it's entirely possible that they had these ideas completely independently of me. But, you know, the little shits have thought that they are gonna start their own podcast. Okay, we got like at least 2 that I'm aware of. Two groups that are starting their own podcast, and they got buddies. They're paired up because, you know, obviously they have half of my talent each, so they have to be 2 of them, double it up to equal the quality of my podcast, the quality that I bring, myself to the podcast. It's one done by, for those of you who know them, being created by Veronica and Howdy. I don't know what that one's about. I don't even remember what it's called. I apologize, but not that much. I mean, get off my fucking turf. So I don't have any apologies for you. And then the other one is hosted by Prajwal and Alice, and they're doing a thing. It's called Hypotangents. First couple episodes are out. I've listened to that. It's terrible. It's a piece of shit. Avoid it at all costs. I mean, he's got like ads in it. I don't do ads in my podcast. All right, you don't see any ads here. So it's terrible. I mean, if you're curious, it's about it's a game show type podcast. All right, because the little dumbasses thought they needed like a theme for their podcast as opposed to mine, which is of course free form because I'm an artistic savant. Breaking the mold at all points, whereas these guys are like, oh yeah, we need to have like a theme, so we're gonna do a game show. That's the only way people will watch our piece of shit show. And it's like they every episode they come up with a hypothetical question, and then they get like 2 other guests on there, so there's 4 of them, and they ask a hypothetical question and they're trying to answer it, and while they're answering it they go on tangents. See, that's where they got the name, hypothetical and tangents, hypotangents. You see that portmanteau? Man, what a shitty name for a show, honestly. And so you get like awarded points for going on good tangents, but then you lose points for going on bad tangents. It sounds dumb as hell. It's like the dumbest premise you can imagine. I listened to the first 2 episodes. They're actually pretty good. You listen to it, maybe. You can listen to it. Don't listen to it as much as mine, obviously. When it first came out, they were like, we're going to be releasing these every other week. It's going to be bi-weekly. And I was like, great, sweet. So even if, all of my viewer base flocks over to them and listens to their show instead, they'll still at least every other week have to come listen to mine while they're, waiting for the layover between episodes of Hypotangents. And then the motherfucker, Prajwal, you little dick, he came out, like, as soon as the first episode came out, he's like, psych, bitch, now we're doing every week. So now they're podcasts every week. What am I going to do? No one's going to listen to my piece of shit podcast if they can go listen to something that has actual planning and is on. But that's why I put myself on Spotify, so I'm one step ahead of the game. You thought you could get ahead of me. And you did for about an entire week, to be honest. But I got there. I caught up. So it's fine. It's fine. They have 2 episodes. I have 23. There's no comparison. I have over 23 hours of content to listen to. They have, 2 like 20-minute videos or something. It's, the result is doubtless. Okay. So I'm not concerned at all. I think this is just like a passing thing. So whatever. Listen to my shit on Spotify. Watch my new video. You sure as hell better go watch our new video, because guess what? Okay, look at what we got on this video. Let me tell you. A second I uploaded this new video of us playing this game, this little tiny shitty free game that we got, that no one's ever heard of, immediately got a copyright strike on it. Immediately YouTube was like, sorry, you got 1 copyright strike, 2 more of these, you're out of the fucking ball game, dick. Like, you, what? People play every single day AAA games. People play Minecraft and GTA 5, and they play Red Dead Redemption, and they play anything imaginable. Five Nights at Freddy's. They play huge shooter games. And you're telling me that if I were to upload 2 more of these videos, that my channel is going to be terminated? That's what YouTube said to me. I'm not trying to overreact. If I had just gotten it, I would have personally been like, okay, what the fuck is this? This is just some little passing thing. No. But they explicitly warned me. They're like, you get 2 more of these, game over for you. Game over. We're flushing you down the goddamn drain. Along with all the other aspiring YouTubers, okay? Who just want to have a place to put some videos, some of their content, maybe. But maybe we just want to, and they delete it. They delete it all. Don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck if it's 5 years of your memories that you've uploaded to YouTube. Maybe you just want it to be, you didn't even care about making money. God knows, I'm not making any fucking money at all. I'm not making ad revenue. How am I hurting anyone with copyright? How can you copyright strike someone who's not making any ad revenue, who's not making any money off of what they're doing? How? What sense does that make? If I'm just a channel who's like, just wanted a place to save videos, a place to store videos because they didn't have any room. They didn't have any storage left. And they got like the first 2 years of their daughter or son's life as they're growing up uploaded to YouTube. Too bad. Copyright. YouTube's coming, taking a massive shit just like life shits on me. YouTube comes, shits on you, deletes everything. It's all those memories gone, flushed away, drained away. Probably sent to like some incineration chamber where the resident pedo who works for YouTube or for Google or whoever gets to jerk off to all the videos of like your little daughter's dance recitals. Horrendous. I got a copyright strike. What the hell? And you know what? That's not even the worst thing. This is annoying because I'm sure it's nothing. I find it highly unlikely that the creators of this game that we played actually found that video within a microsecond of it being uploaded and went, hey, what the hell? This is our game that we made. You can't have footage of it. Copyright. I somehow find that very unlikely. No, what it is YouTube. YouTube, in their infinite wisdom, has their algorithm that goes around looking for things to drop their fucking banhammer on, okay? They go around, and it's unbelievable that they're able to completely not care about YouTubers like me at all. I don't even consider myself a YouTuber. But anyone who uploads things to YouTube, like me, if you have anything under 5 million subscribers, YouTube doesn't give a damn about you. Honestly, YouTube doesn't care who you are unless your name is PewDiePie. Okay, in which case they absolutely hate you. So there's no way YouTube will never be like, let's help this guy out. No, but I find it astonishing that their algorithm finds time to personally take out time to come and watch all of my videos and immediately give them a copyright strike. A strike for what? What does that mean? Because if all these other actual YouTubers who upload all their content as Let's Plays, if every single one of them that uses any footage from a game were to get a copyright strike, their channel would all be dead. Their channels would all be dead in 3 videos. So clearly it means nothing. Why are you telling me that it means something? Why are you telling me that you're going to terminate my account when you obviously can possibly are not? Because nobody ever could make it anywhere. Everyone on YouTube everyone who makes money on YouTube is making it off of copyrighted content right now. Even if it's not from playing video games, it's from movie reviews or whatever. How can you tell me? How can you expect me to believe? So I don't know. I don't know what to be. Like, are you trying to make me afraid? Because I'm not afraid. Okay? Am I supposed to be angry? Because I am angry. But I don't even know if... Maybe I'm not supposed to be angry because nothing's going to happen. But the fact that you're implying that something's going to happen, that makes me angry. But this is just one thing, okay? This is game footage, and I don't think anything's going to come of it. But I see the purpose of it if the actual creators of the game came and got upset about this, and if that were the case with every single, YouTube video that featured a video game's footage without permission, I could understand that. Because that's kind of how the legal system works. Fair enough. If you're using someone else's footage, you are making money off of the video game that someone else created. Even if you paid them for the game, a lot of other people might just watch you play the game instead of playing the game themselves. And so that's losing. I understand that. You know what else I got a copyright strike for a little bit earlier than that? Okay, utterly asinine. I got a copyright strike for the recording of my piano exam. For the recording of my level 10 piano exam that I had to upload to YouTube because that was the way that they were doing the tests, okay, because of quarantine. And for just doing what I'm told in order to get a mark and pass the Royal Conservatory level 10 goddamn exam, I got a copyright strike. What does that even mean? On what basis could that possibly be? Well, let me go through it with you, okay? Royal Conservatory of Music does piano exams for levels 1 through 10. Plus, they have a bonus ARCT thing. And this year, because of COVID-19, this year, or this set, whatever, they do it like every 3 months or something, this set of testing was all done digitally because they couldn't get all the people in one room, of course, to record, right? Or not to record, to test. Okay, so they had to do it digitally, and for most levels, this was all done on like a Zoom meeting call. It was all done over video conference. But because, I guess, the level 10 the program that you have to play is considerably longer. It's like 7 songs where normally it's just 5. Okay, I think. So it's considerably longer than the others and more complicated. I don't fucking know why, but for whatever reason they decided only level 10 has to record the playing, upload it to YouTube as an unlisted video, and then share the link with whoever's going to be, with the Royal Conservatory, and they're going to send it to whoever's going to be the examiner. And then you still do a video call for the scales and the ear training and all the technical stuff, okay? So I did that. I did what I was supposed to do. I recorded that, uploaded it, got a copyright strike. Got a copyright strike of me playing piano. Myself playing it, okay? I did not upload a video of someone else playing the piano. Because guess what? If I had done that, I couldn't get any marks. I would be cheating the test, all right? That's understandable. If I'm playing it myself, that's my own work. Okay? There's no plagiarism there. That's the opposite of plagiarism. That is the definition of not being plagiaristic in your essay. When you write your essay, yes, you're going to use words that other people came up with. I did not invent all the words that I'm using to write this essay, but I'm using them in my own combination. I'm writing them down myself, each one of them. That's how you write an essay. That's how you play a fucking piano performance, is you use notes and play on an instrument that someone else created, and you play songs that other people wrote, because guess what? Not everyone can compose their own music. Definitely not to test with, because guess what? You can't do that. You have to test with the songs they provide, okay? So it's impossible. I'm in a corner. What am I supposed to do? Nothing. I just upload it, and I get a copyright strike, and it means nothing, okay? Nothing is going to happen from it. Nothing's going to happen. It doesn't affect me in any way. But I'm still angry about it. Why am I still angry about it? Because it's the principle of the thing. It's so absolutely ludicrous that I would get a copyright strike for this. And it seems like that makes no sense. You couldn't possibly do it. Well, we did some research into it, and it looks like they can actually do it. Okay, we looked up like performance shit. Performance copyright. It's a thing. Performance copyright. It's a real thing. You can't upload yourself. You can't recreate someone else's performances and market it as your own. Well, there's a lot of problems with this. All right, let me start with the actual like legal thing. First of all, performance copyright, that's such a mess. All right, it's such a mess. And it's not even all the lawmakers' fault. A lot of this shit with especially online stuff, the lawmakers have no clue what they're doing. I already talked about that in a different episode. That's not what this is about. With this, I'm talking about just It's not entirely the lawmaker's fault, because it's such a muddled, disgusting little thing to deal with, right? Because it makes sense to a degree. That was the whole thing of Fortnite. That was the whole thing with Fortnite and using dances without permission. Sometimes you do need a little protection for a performance, because, you can't just. Obviously, there's a difference between just re-uploading the same performance that someone else did, but also if you do the exact same song and dance routine, that someone else did, and you do it just as well with the exact same costumes and the same choreography and the same lighting, same set pieces and everything for like imitating someone else's music video. All right, yeah, that I can understand why that might be a bit of a problem. I don't see that it's that big of a problem, because you know what? People who are watching a music video, or maybe they're watching it for the video, but they're probably watching it for the singer to be doing the video and for it to have the good music going with the music video. Unless you're using the music from the original music video, using the original song and like lip syncing to it, in which case that's not performance copyright. That's just the music copyright. That's just copyright for the music. But guess what? I'm playing the music myself, and there's no performance there. It's a video of my hands and my face and my back and my piano being played. There is no performance there. Okay? The only thing that it could be, because I assure you was not like the people who actually upload maybe a performance of a piano. I'm talking explicitly about classical music here, okay? If it's a pop song or whatever, then yeah, that's a different situation, all right? That's going to get uploaded to YouTube by like Vivo or whatever, okay, or Ariana Grande official, but I'm talking about the classical music that people will upload to YouTube. And this is assuming it's not, some random guy who recorded it on their phone or on a video camera. I was like, check out this performance I watched. That's illegal, but whatever, we don't care about that. That doesn't get taken down. I mean, my video didn't get taken down. Listen, okay. I mean, when an official recording of a classical music performance gets uploaded, you assume it's probably being uploaded by like the music hall or whatever that put on the performance. They record it and then usually try and sell you the DVD on the way out, right? Like you go to watch the live performance, all right? What's the point? You go to watch the live performance to see it. It's like the experience is different because you're seeing it through your own eyes and you're right there and you can hear it. Well, what do you do while you're there the whole time? You look at it through your goddamn screen, okay? You're watching the performance live through a screen, but the screen is live there. Your camera's getting to see it live. Your phone gets to see it live. That's great. You're still seeing it through a screen. And then what do? Then when you're about to go home, they ask, hey, you just enjoyed a lovely live performance. Why don't you now buy the digital version of it, give us more goddamn money, and then you can go home and enjoy it, not live, even more, which is the whole reason why you came here. The only reason you came was to enjoy it live. Why don't you now go home and enjoy it, not live, digitally through your phone screen or through this DVD that we're going to sell you, okay? That's great. But anyways, those places, I assume, are the people who would maybe upload a video of someone performing, a professional musician performing in a music hall or whatever, a performance hall of some sort. And they're performing their music and you record it and then you upload it to YouTube, I guess, as a promotional thing. I don't fucking know. I don't know why you would, I don't know why that would exist. But that's the only time where I could imagine something that could be copyright infringement, all right, would be if it's a copyrighted performance by the music hall or whatever, by the studio, by whatever group set up this musical performance of evidently, the same songs that I was playing. So that gets uploaded to YouTube. Do you think any of the people, who recorded that music, do you think any of the people who recorded that music are going to go find my video, which is, like I said, unlisted, so it's not even available to the public? Let's say it was available to the public, all right? Like, is someone going to go and find that video and be like, why would people watch our video performance if they can watch this little 15-year-old kid playing the piano? And it sounds somewhat similar to this professional grade guy who's playing a much better piano in a much better hall, okay? No, there's nothing to it. There's no grounds on it. You know why? Because YouTube is not doing this copyright shit to protect the people who might be affected by it. They're doing it to protect themselves, of course. They're covering their own asses. Okay, why did this whole copyright thing start? YouTube is like, YouTube had situations where people would upload the entire B movie to YouTube. All right? And like, people upload the entire B movie to YouTube, and then, the B movie official would see that and be like, and get upset. Like, whatever studio created the B movie would be like, you cannot do this. I believe it's DreamWorks, to be honest. But they'd be like, you cannot do this. This is not okay, because, if people can just come watch the B movie on YouTube, why would they buy the B movie DVD that we just released on Blu-ray with bonus features and comes with a free Barry B. Benson toy? They would not go purchase that if they can just watch the entire movie on YouTube. So, of course, the B movie would be losing so much money because all these people who were going to go purchase the B movie to own are now just watching on YouTube instead. And so they would go, and what are they going to do? They're not going to sue the person who uploaded the B movie to YouTube, because how much money could that person possibly have? And instead, they're going to go sue YouTube, the huge, giant corporate entity that is responsible for allowing the B movie to be distributed. So, YouTube's response to that is, of course, we don't want to get sued. We don't want you to sue us, so, now we're going to make the most aggressive algorithm ever created, which will immediately attack and search and destroy anything, the B movie. If they find the B movie that has been uploaded fully to YouTube, they will immediately attack and destroy it. And then, B movie official can be like, oh, thank goodness, Jerry Seinfeld can rest easy because he can still get those residual checks for his role in the B movie. That's why YouTube does the copyright protections and shit. Okay, it's to cover their own ass. It's for their own benefit. But in this situation, what is anyone gaining out of it? What is anyone losing out of it? It's an unlisted video. It's an unlisted video that of someone playing classical music that is not owned by anybody. Because let me tell you, newsflash, the people who wrote the music are dead. You know, some of the people who perform the music might still be alive. But almost every single person who wrote the music that I wrote, that I played, I can tell you, everyone who wrote my music is all dead. The people who own the music might still be alive because the Royal Conservatory owns the rights to copy and distribute the music. That makes sense. The sheet music, okay? That makes sense because they want you to buy their books. They also want your goddamn money. Everyone wants to take your goddamn money in this world. And so the Royal Conservatory does that by making it illegal to just copy the sheet music, and everyone does that. That makes perfect sense. It's the sheet music. The sheet music isn't even in the video. I don't even have it in the video, okay? I memorized the music. And I play it from memory. So that's why it's the performance thing. Performance copyright. It makes no sense because, and here's the other, this is the terrifying thing that I read about performance copyright, and this was like some fucking blog post that someone made, so there's no telling that this is accurate in any way, shape, or form, okay? But this is terrifying if this is true. Apparently, performance copyright, it just happens on its own, okay? You don't need to ask for it. Do you see what I'm saying? So people, if they perform something, okay, and what the hell does a performance mean? You perform something, you do a series of actions in a set amount of time, in a set way. You do some things in a certain way, in a certain time and place, and you upload that to YouTube. You're telling me that automatically gets copyrighted, even if I don't go to Daniel C. Copyright and ask, hey, Daniel, can you copyright this thing for me? And Daniel goes, sure, absolutely, man. Here's your copyright token. You attach this to the YouTube video, and now people, you make $15 every time someone says the name of your YouTube video. I don't even have to do that. The copyright gods, Daniel Copyright, just goes, your thing is copyrighted now, whether you like it or not. If anyone does something that looks remotely similar to this, we're gonna shove a dildo straight up their ass. And I don't mean like a regular dildo. I mean like a Bad Dragon 13-inch massive real life cum squirting action dildo right up their ass. And I don't even have to ask for it. What are you telling me? Are you telling me if I upload a video to YouTube of me jerking myself off, and then if someone else uploads a video of themselves to YouTube jerking off, and you know what? Their dick just happens to look a little bit like mine, They have the same stroke frequency. They got the same amount of hair. They got the same direction curve. Similar length. Very similar cum shot. And if they upload that video, it's going to get a copyright strike because of performance copyright? Is that what you're telling me, YouTube? You're telling me I don't even have to ask. I don't even have to ask Dan to copyright this video of me jerking off. Daniel Copyright is just going to be like, it's copyrighted. You own it. No one else can jerk off the same way as you, because if they do, we're going to copyright strike them. We're going to put that Bad Dragon dildo right up them. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm getting out of this. Maybe that's completely wrong, but that doesn't make me wrong, okay? That either means YouTube is wrong, or the people who made the laws are wrong, or the Karen who wrote the blog post is wrong. Someone else is wrong, okay? I cannot be wrong here because, again, I was just doing what I was told. I was just uploading a video so I could get a mark on a goddamn exam. That's all I want. That's all I want is to just pass this exam. I just want to play some piano, upload it to YouTube. They mark it. They say, hey, this is pretty good, or they say, hey, this is shit, and then it goes up. They mark it. They give me a mark. They give me an average, mediocre mark, and I go on my way. They give me a piece of paper printed with a, hey, good job, you did it, fuckhead, and I just go on my merry way. That's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to do what they asked of me. And I got a copyright strike for it. Copyright for performance copyright on an unlisted video that no one else is going to see. You might argue, well, if you have the video on YouTube, you can share it with people even if it's unlisted, right? I shared the link with the people who had to judge it. Yeah, well, guess what? If I already have the entire B movie downloaded somewhere in a format through which I can then upload it to YouTube, and if I was really that hellbent on illegally distributing the B movie to people, why would I make an unlisted YouTube video and then share the links with people when I could just send them whatever the hell source I had for the B movie that I originally used to upload to YouTube? How does that make any more sense? How can an unlisted video get a copyright strike? How is that even possible? It boggles my mind. It baffles me. And it makes me very, very upset. So yeah, I passed my level 10 piano exam some time ago. Even that, let me tell you, I passed the piano exam. Thank God for that. It cost me not just a copyright strike. You know what that piece of shit exam cost me? Like $300. It cost me like $300 or something. Now this is normal. There's always exam fees for this kind of shit. But recall that I said this exam is online. This exam is online and it cost me $300. If you don't see the problem with that, maybe you should do some quick maths, okay? These exams that you take with the Royal Conservatory, they cost money because why? Well, the Royal Conservatory wants to make money and they got to pay for some shit. What do they got to pay for? The Royal Conservatory has to pay for like a church that they rent. Okay, they usually, at least the location I go to, it's a church that they rent. That's the facility. That's the venue. You go and you play. They got to have a piano. I guess they got to rent some pianos. Okay, the students go and play. There's like 3 or 4 rooms going at once. And then they got to pay the judges or whatever, the examiners, to go and listen to you play and go, well, it's pretty shit, piece of shit. You lose. You fail. 30%. Get out of here. That's all they have to do. And they got to pay for those things. And then we pay them. At my level, like $300, okay? Like 2 levels, like level 8 or level 7, like what? $270 or something.
You paid $300 US. So
that's $300 US dollars. So a lot more, a considerable amount more. Like what? 350, 370, a bit more.
That's
$400. It's $400 fucking dollars. I paid $400 for this exam. All right, and it does cost them money, and they need to make some money. Fine. But now I'm doing it online. What could that possibly cost? Okay, no. Rewind. What could it possibly cost them to begin with? Okay, they gotta let's do the math on camera right now. We're gonna do the math live. How much is it gonna cost them to rent the venue? That's just a church for like however long. How long is the thing gonna be? Like if they start pretty early. All right, let's say it starts at like 8 or 9, 8 a.m. and it doesn't go late. This is one day of testing, by the way. They do a lot of tests in one day, and it goes for like a weekend or something. It's not a weekend. It's like a week or like 4 days or something of testing. So the one day of testing, they got to rent for one day from like 8 a.m. to like 3 p.m. Yeah, 8 to 3 or like 8 to 4. Let's say 8 to 4 p.m. Okay, let's be generous with it. How much is that going to cost to rent the church for that long? William, you do our research. And then they pay for that, and then they gotta I guess they gotta rent the pianos. How much is it gonna cost to rent? Well, they have the pianos, don't they? They have the pianos. How many is it? It's like 3. It's like 3 lessons that they have going on at once. So it's like 3 pianos. Church costs what? Okay, so like $200 an hour. Okay, that seems reasonable for whatever we said. 8 hours, 8 to 4. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 8 hours. 8-hour workday. That sounds right. So 8 hours, $200 an hour to rent the place. That's $1,600 overhead or whatever for the venue. Okay, and like, what is it going to cost to rent the pianos? I mean, okay, well, I guess, yeah, what does it cost to rent a piano? I don't know. They already have the pianos. They probably don't have to rent it. They probably have their own. Well, I guess they got to pay someone to bring the piano in. I don't know. Let's just get a number, okay? And then they got to pay the examiners. Let's say they got 3 examiners for the 3 rooms, okay? And that's gonna cost them, I don't know, what do they get paid? It can't be that much. God knows. If they're getting paid well above minimum wage, they're gonna be making, let's be generous. Let's say $40 an hour. That's a lot. $40 an hour, and for the 8 hours for the 3 of them, that's 40 times 3 is $1,200. wait. 40 times. Are they $30? Let's say $30. There's no way they're getting paid $40 an hour. Let's say they're getting $30 an hour. 30 times 3, $900 times 8. How much is that? 9 times 8, 72. $7,200, right? That's a fucking lot. That's gonna cost them more than the thing. It's gonna cost them more than the goddamn church itself. Let's say they're paying them a shit ton of money. They're probably not. Let's say they're paying them a shit ton of money. They're paying these guys. Yeah. So they're paying these guys $7,200, and that's $8,800. Okay, $8,800 plus whatever, $100 to get the pianos inside. All right, and then so $8,900, and then you gotta pay some guy. You gotta pay that sad little dude who sits on his little bench at the fold-out table in the middle of the foyer and goes, please write your name and your Royal Conservatory ID on the sheet below the last name. How much does he get paid? Like $15 an hour. He gets paid another $100 for the day. Okay, whatever. So that's we were at $8,900 or something. $9,000 even. $9,000 is the cost for one day of whatever the shit they do there for doing exams. Okay. Now, how many students can they get through in a day? How many students can get tested? Like, the different exams take different amounts of time. Mine would have taken like an hour, the entire exam, or less. Like the listening portion, the actual playing of the songs is like 40 minutes or something. That's the longest thing. The rest is like 10 minutes long. So even if mine was like an hour time period, you could probably fit. I mean, you could fit more than that. You could fit, like, for the lower level exams, it's going to take them half an hour or less. Okay, so let's say and I think they mix up. It's not like one day is all one lesson. And mine costs more, okay, because it's longer. So there you go. But let's just cut it all into evenly distribute it, an average. So let's say the first half of the day is an hour long. Okay, so it's 8 hours. So you have 4 hours. That's 4 students times 3. That's 12 in the first half of the day. 12 exams, and then half-hour exams for the rest of the day. That's 4. That's the last 4 hours times 3 again. That's 12 times 2. 24. 24 plus 12. That's 36 exams that they can get through in one day. How much is each person going to be paying to cover the $9,000? $9,000 divided by whatever I just said, 36. Oh, fuck, I'm good at math. I didn't think I could. I thought I am terrible at math, but man, I got the quick maths down pat. How much is this going to cost?
80,000 divided by 32?
9,000. 80,000, you fuckhead. William. $80,000.
9,000 divided by 32?
Yeah.
It's $281.
$281. That's pretty close. That's pretty close to the $300 that we're paying. You know what? That sounds pretty reasonable, doesn't it? That sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, this is giving them a lot of benefits. This is assuming, I don't even think they have 3 rooms going at once. And this is assuming that they're paying a shit ton of money to the examiners, which I doubt they are. But that's, okay, so that's the $300 and some profit that goes into my exam. Now, let's take that equation and rearrange it to account for the fact that this exam was done online. Now, let's think about this for a second. They don't have to rent the venue. That's $1,600 out the window. William, take the $9,000, subtract $1,600 from it. They don't have to do that at all. They don't have to move the pianos in. I think I added $100 for that. Take another $100 off. Take $1,700 off. It's not that hard, William. It's a keyboard. Minus $1,700. That's 1,700, William. Okay. Now, they don't have to pay the guy at the gate. That was another 100. Take another 100 off. They don't have to, I already said the pianos. Now, how much are they going to be? The rest of this money, how much is it? $7,200. That's a lot of money to be paying the examiners. We were being very generous. Do you really think they're going to pay them that much now? Because I was including, I said $30 an hour, but really it was just a base sum. That's to include flying them in to the, from all over the country possibly, or at least, all across Alberta, flying these people in to do these exams. They got to stay at a place with they got to stay with a hotel for the 3 days or whatever, and then they got to come to the place and they got to do the exam. They got to mark it there. They got to sit there for 8 hours straight and do nothing. Like, they must be dead inside. Here, because these exams are online, they don't have to get out of bed to do it. They just need a laptop in front of them with a camera. They can mark the recorded stuff that I did. They can mark those recordings over breakfast, in the bathtub, while jerking off, while taking a shit, while showering, brushing their teeth in the morning. And then even the video portion, they need a piano, but it can be in their own home. They probably got a piano in their living room. They're probably sitting on the couch and just reaching over and beep boo ba ba da 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 da. Now please, tell me what the fuck that interval was. How much are they gonna be getting paid for that in total? How much they get? And think of how much they can do at once. One day it does not have to be 8 hours anymore. I mean, the exam parts, the exam parts where they're on a video call, yeah, probably a similar time frame. And then before and after that, they can still be marking the exams. Like I said, whenever, from the minute they wake up to the time they fall asleep, they can just be marking the recorded part, and they can be writing their marks down. They can continue to write their marks down after we've left. Like, it doesn't matter. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Think about it. That's what teachers do. That's what school teachers do all the time, every single day. They mark your tests during their lunch break, or, while after they go home, or they even stay in school past after the bell is rang and we all go home. They stay and they mark tests. Or they go home and they mark tests. Or, they stay up late at night, or they wake up early in the morning to prepare the next day's lesson, to prepare the lessons for the week. Or they spend their weekends preparing the week's lessons. They don't get a fucking break. You think they get paid for that time? You think the school pays them the second they step, not even the second they step out of the school. The second the bell rings, they stop getting paid, okay? That's how teachers get paid. That's how it works. They get paid to do the teaching thing that they have to spend the rest of their spare time preparing for. So you're telling me you think these examiners are going to be getting paid for all the time they spend sitting at home on their couch in their pajamas marking our goddamn exams? I think not. So, how much could they possibly be getting paid? Maybe at most half of what that is. Half of what that is. What did we say? $7,200? Yeah, half of that. Half that. 35 plus 100. That's $3,600. $3,600 for assuming the same amount of students, 32 students, 36, 3,200 divided by 36, that's less than $100 a student. That's less than, slightly more than $100 a student.
It's exactly 100.
32 divided by 36?
32? Okay.
It's $3,600 divided by 32 kids.
3,600.
So it's a little bit over 100. I'm paying triple that. I'm paying $300. I'm paying 3 times that much. What the hell? No. Yeah. By the way, if I hadn't made that clear when I said this, yeah, we did not get any sort of refund for the exam after they announced that they weren't going to, because of COVID-19, they weren't going to be doing the exams in the regular place. They're going to be doing them online. No refund whatsoever. No recompensation. You know what? On top of that, not only are we paying, the same $300 for something that costs them about $100, where now it's costing us money, okay? Because we have to do everything. We have to use our own pianos at home, our own recording devices. We have to upload it to YouTube. Guess what? That takes an internet connection. We need to pay for an internet connection, pay for electricity. If anything, they should be paying us at least a little bit. We pay them enough to pay for the examiner. They pay us enough they should pay to cover our electricity and our internet bill during that time that we're uploading the goddamn 45-minute long video to YouTube, that's gonna get a copyright strike. If we get sued by YouTube or by the ghost of Beethoven for our uploading our YouTube exam videos, do you think the Royal Conservatory is gonna bail our asses out? You think they're gonna pay the lawsuit? Pay us in the tremendous amount of time it takes to upload a 40-minute long video to YouTube. Not to mention all the trouble we go through for them. I mean, honestly, they did not know. They could not tell me what day my exam was. You set up these exams. Normally, this is how it goes. Like 5 months before the exam, like half a year before your exam, you go, I'm registering for the exam at this thing, and then like 3 months later, they go, all right, it's going to be on this exact day. Prepare for it. And then that's how you know, like 3 months in advance or like 2 months in advance, what day your exam is going to be on. With this, first of all, everyone had to get rescheduled, of course, because why? I don't know why, actually. You know what? It doesn't make any fucking sense. You know why? Because the exams, just because it's going digital, why can't they have them on the same day? It doesn't matter where you are. Why couldn't they do the exam on the same days? Like, I guess they had to push them back a little bit because they had to refigure things out for digital. But that's not even the case, because guess what? They moved it forward as far as I'm aware, because I had mine in July. My exam was going to be in August. They moved it up to July. The fuck kind of sense does that make? The exams were in August and they moved them forward in time. Why would they have to reschedule it forward in time? You're telling me that the examiners could only be doing it in July because it's online? They can do it whenever the hell they want because they're at home. You really think they had a scheduling conflict? I don't believe that. I don't buy that shit for a second. So I don't know why they had to reschedule in the first place. But they do it, so they're forcing us to do this. This is all, of course, this is us going through all the trouble of going, okay, I want to do the exam still. Please find me another time, okay? And they go, sure thing, honey. Why don't you choose, 3 days that you would be okay taking the exam? Well, you might think, isn't the exam only taking place over 1 day? Wrong. It's only taking place over 10 minutes of 1 day. So why do we need 3 days? God fucking knows why. I mean, honestly, this is not like picking your instrument in band class. You really think you're not going to get your top choice of day? Who's going to be fighting for it? Just, if people are fighting for the schedule, just add more days. Add more days that they can do it on. Who's doing anything? This was July of the quarantine. Are we still in July? It's still July. Oh my god, I just took this fucking exam. It feels like light years ago. Okay, but this was mid-July. No, sorry. This started early June. We made the things before June, like early June, almost before June. We had to reschedule. The exam started mid to end of June through all of July. Okay, so I guess someone's still taking them. God have mercy on their soul. They started doing this shit. We were in the prime of quarantine. No one's going anywhere. No one's going to have scheduling conflicts. People can't even go to work. So how could there possibly be someone who's trying to fight you for the day and time that they want to do their exam on? How could you ever not get the 1 day that you pick? How is it possible? I don't know. But they insist. They force you to pick 3 days, which means you only have a 33% chance of actually knowing what day it's going to be on, because there's a slight possibility that for some reason you're not going to get your first pick. And so that means, all right, same deal as usual. After a week or two, they should email us to confirm what exact day and time our exam's going to be on. Wrong. That's incorrect, because apparently, amazingly, stupendously, they were capable. I don't know where they got the ability to do this, but the Royal Conservatory was able to stretch out the deciding process so that I myself did not know, the person taking the exam, what day my exam was going to be on. God, not even to mention what time it was going to be, but what day the exam was going to be on. I did not know that until 2 days before the exam. About probably like 30, 40 hours before the exam, okay? Not even 2 full days. So, I mean, yeah, you prepare for the most recent day, which is fine. But again, it's the principle of the matter. You have a job. Do it. It's not a difficult job. In fact, things are different. Yeah, I get it. Everyone had to readjust to fucking doing things online because of quarantine. But this is not a leap. This is not a massive adjustment you had to make. Honestly, if anything, once you figure it out, hey, Zoom is this program, and if you have a camera, it show you face. You look in the face and you talk into microphone. I guess I can't say anything because apparently I still forget to fucking turn on the microphone. But if they figure out, hey, you turn on microphone, turn on camera, You look into thing and talk into thing. People hear you on the other side. Oh, wow, you've discovered Skype. Congratulations. After you figure that out, if anything, things are easier for the examiners when they're online. Like I just said, the examiners themselves hardly have to do any work, and the Royal Conservatory, when it comes to scheduling, everything is digital now. You don't have to do any work. You don't have to worry about getting people to the church on time. You don't have to pay for the church, and you don't have to go through all the trouble of getting pianos into certain rooms and getting people to the right places at the right goddamn times, because everyone gets to stay at home. All they need is a goddamn computer and an internet connection. Like I said before, that's all it is. That's all you need. It's not complicated. It's not fucking rocket science. There's no excuse for them. There's no excuse that can be made that could explain to me why they needed to wait till the last fucking second to tell us when our exam was, and to then still charge us the full price for it. Then to still charge us the $300 fee. Or oh no, apparently William said in Canadian dollars, more like $400. More like $400. Cannot understand it. Actually, this exam thing, it's not just the piano people. Okay, apparently everyone's doing it. In school, the CBE, the poor kids taking their fucking high school diploma exams. This one I can't confirm personally, but I think the senior kids, like, they can't take their diploma exams, all right? They gotta graduate fucking high school. I think they just give them a passing grade. You're not taking the exam. You can't get, like, actually great marks. You just get your passing grade. And what they're still paying for the exams. I think they're still paying for their exams too. Everyone's doing it. Everyone's doing this bullshit. What the hell? Like, there's a case to be made for this, because at least the Royal Conservatory still did the exams. Okay, the schools just had a cop out. They were just like, you pass, you get a fucking 55% or whatever is a passing grade. I guess 60 and over. Doesn't even matter. What does it matter? It's so arbitrary. You get a passing grade. That's great. Dude, the Asians hang themselves at passing grades, and they're still paying for it. They're paying for that. I don't understand. Man, I gotta tell you, the senior kids, the senior high school students, they probably had the worst shit. I get it. People lost their jobs and couldn't make money. And people lost their family. I mean, aside from the people actually dying, but that's part of it, but from indirectly affected by coronavirus, I feel like the senior high school students got hit the hardest. I honestly do. Because that's intense. Like, losing your job or whatever, that shit happens on a daily basis. Adults, that's part of adulting, okay? That's part of being an adult. You gotta pay taxes. And sometimes shit happens. You get laid off, work is not doing well. You get fired, you get laid off. You lose your job, you lose your house, like it floods, you have a hailstorm and it wrecks shit. You gotta pay money to, like, stuff happens, and it's just a piece of shit, and it's a massive bitch, but that's what being an adult is about. Like, I'm not saying that that's fair either. I'm not saying that anyone actually teaches you how to be an adult and in a way that matters, that's substantial enough to help you make it any easier. But so what? Suck it up. We all go through it, And in this case, it wasn't a flood, it wasn't a fire. Okay, you could be in fucking Australia and your house could burn down. Then you'd probably think, a little virus would be all right. So, but yeah, it was a virus, okay? And yeah, this is an unprecedented, huge, massive, horrible thing. But again, that's daily life. That's being an adult. I can't speak because I'm not an adult. But, like, when I become an adult, there's probably going to be something way worse. Okay, by the time I'm an adult, it's going to be the fucking rapture. It's going to be aliens invading. It's going to be a meteor shower. It's probably going to be unavoidable. I'm not going to be worried about losing my job. I'm going to be worried about losing my life. It's going to be the apocalypse. It's going to be the purge. That's all good and well. That's part of being an adult. Even if I don't like it. I might whine and bitch just as much as I do on this podcast, even when I'm 23, 40 years old, if I live that long. I'm going to have to deal with it because I'm an adult. Kids, high school students, call them what you will, but compared to an adult, if you're going to break it into black and white, you're an adult or you're a kid, you're in high school, your last year of high school, that's like your last year to be a kid. That's the point. That's like what it is. Because after that, you're going into college. For them to have that year, have arguably, maybe not the best part of that year, but probably the most memorable part of that year, the last 2 months that they had to see their friends, to see their favorite teacher, to talk and hug and say goodbye to the last people, to have a party or something, to have a graduation ceremony, even if you're not into that shit, even if you're not into the giving the cringy speech. Who knows? Maybe the person giving the speech was your favorite teacher. Maybe it meant a lot to you. Maybe you're just there for the snacks. Maybe you want to go dancing. Like, that stuff all cut short, taken away, stripped from these kids. All right? I call them kids. They're older than me, but they're still kids, because now, after those 2 months got cut off, they immediately have to go straight into looking at college. I mean, obviously, kids are they're looking at college at my age. God knows I'm not. Kids are looking at college at my age. They're definitely probably already figured out what college they want to get into by next year, by the time they're in 11th grade. But I mean, really, you have to really be thinking, hey, next time I'm in a school, it'll be a university, or at least, a community college or something, as if they're going to college. And they had to start thinking about that 2 months in advance. That right there is some bullshit. That's intense. That's life. That's life taking a shit on them. Not like it took a shit on me. This is arguably worse. This might be worse than the entirety of coronavirus combined. What happened to me? Losing the entire fucking hour and a half recording. But what happened to that was pretty bad too. Yeah, and this kid, by the way, I was just thinking about this. I saw this meme a few days ago. Had the audacity, with all this shit that these kids go through, someone made a meme belittling their situation. What the hell? And I talk about memes I see sometimes, individual memes. This ain't a meme review. But, sometimes I like to talk about the memes that segue into a real life topic. This time I kind of segued a real life topic into a meme. But same idea stands. I saw this meme and it just made me angry. It really did. It made me upset. Okay? It was not only an unfunny meme, it was an offensively unfunny meme to begin with. It used a pretty shit format, or at the very least a dangerous format. It's very hard to make actually good. And it had the audacity to, God, okay, here's what the meme was, by the way. It should be up for visual. So the format was that format you should have seen of there's a few like this, and this one, honestly, I like this one the least. It's of the girl who's supposed to be the attention-seeking girl with the little cut on her wrist going, "You can never understand my pain," or whatever. And then there's the guy tipping his fucking hat like some fucking neckbeard Chad, or whatever, r/nice guy, tipping his hat to the girl, being like, "Heh, sorry," and he's got a million fucking knives in his bag. Oh, see, the funny joke is that girls and women suck because they're all attention whores who just want to, who want you to pay attention to their issues and completely ignore the issues of men. Hey, yeah, sure, that happens in some cases. But guess what? There's plenty of fucking men who are attention-seeking assholes who think that every single little thing that goes wrong in their life is the world needs to stop rotating on its axis, stop moving around the sun, and just stop and stare at the little fucking cut on their wrist. Whatever. I get the format. I get the purpose that it serves. It's fucking overused. You use it one time and people get the idea. I'm not the hugest fan in the first place. But this meme, the use of it was somehow even more heinous than the format itself. Okay, and as you can probably guess, it was the high school kids, or the senior high school kids who, missed the last 2 months of their school, missed their graduation, which is a big fucking deal. They were the goddamn girl with the cut in her wrist going, "You never understand my pain." And the guy, I assume this is autobiographical by whoever, made the meme, going, "Oh, 11th grade students who are gonna miss their entire senior year are the fucking asshole with the knives in his back going, 'Yeah, sorry.'" What the hell? What the fuck is that? What are you talking about? Shut your trap. What the hell? This guy thinks there's so many problems with this. First problem with this guy thinks that missing the entire senior year of high school is worse than missing the graduation. I can understand that misconception, but it's wrong. You miss the whole year. If you miss the whole year, that's it. The last time you got to see your friends was in 11th grade. You got to see them, and now you're going to get to see them, in online lessons as much as you want. All right, and you can still probably meet up with them, even if it breaks quarantine sanctions. You can meet up with, I don't know, one-on-one, 6 feet apart, and just say goodbye. Yeah, it sucks, but everyone's going through quarantine right now. Everyone's going to be going through quarantine with you. You missed the whole last year. So what? You weren't going to get the graduation. You weren't going to get any of that shit anyways. It's just a year less of school, all right? What happened to the senior kids was they got their whole year of school. They went through, the back-breaking work of going to school every single day, all with the end goal of, at the end of the year, we get to celebrate. We get to have something nice. We get to say bye to our friends. And it was taken away right before they got to it. All right, that's all they would have been thinking about. If you spend the whole year, you're never going to be expecting anything. You can't feel bad about something if there's no expectation for it. No one's like looking forward to graduating high school when they're in the middle of high school. You sure as hell better not be. So first of all, like there's some merit behind that, but no, it's not the same thing. It's not worse. It's certainly not worse than losing your graduation. Secondly, who's to say you're even going to miss your entire senior year? Like, I'm sure the meme was made by an American. So, as you know, their situation is a good few times more shit than basically everywhere else in the world. With everything, including coronavirus. Even so, they're saying the entire school year is going to be shut down due to coronavirus. Even if it is, I already said, even if it is, it's still not as bad. But even if lockdown lasts in America for 99% of the school year, even if it lasts for almost every single day of the school year, think about that. The last possible day that quarantine, or the least possible days you could have of your senior year of high school in that year would be the last day, right? Because it's the end. Like, if we were to go backwards the other way, the earliest that quarantine could have started for the senior year of high school would have been the first day of high school, then you missed the entire year after that. The last day you could possibly come back to school, lockdown could end, would be the last day of school. If you come to school for even just the last day or the last week or the last 3 days, you're going to have a graduation because that's the end of the year. You're getting to graduate your high school. Okay? So even if you have to deal with coronavirus for, 3 times as long as the people who just lost their last 2 months of senior year, even if you have to deal with much longer quarantine, the tiny bit of schooling, of being able to go to school and see your friends that you do get, will be the graduation. So you'll still have the part that they missed. So there is no merit behind this meme. It just makes me upset. I'm not even in my senior year of high school. I just empathetically feel annoyed, extremely annoyed by this meme, because I just don't like I love in general what meme culture is and how it works. It's just so fun to me. But I don't like the way it makes people assume truths. Like, if you make a statement in the format of a meme, it's just an assumed truth. No, that's not necessarily true. You can't always be fucking based or fucking red-pilled or Chad about everything. Sometimes you just gotta think about other people. God damn. That was my whole thing. So yeah, we're on Spotify, I guess. Yeah. Go fucking listen to us, please. Yeah, you can't let us fall behind the hypo tangents, folk, okay? Keep us in front and go listen on Spotify, because I'm fine with YouTube, but holy shit, I've been dealing with Instagram for ages now, and it's a massive pain in the ass. Instagram, okay, here's another thing. Instagram is unbelievably non-user friendly, and this is annoying and just insulting to me because of the sheer amount of people who use this program that is so user unfriendly. And I'll be honest, every social media is probably unfriendly to its users in some capacity. It's just not designed for the users. It's designed for the creators to make as much money as they possibly can off of us living our lives. That's what social media is about. But Instagram, it's so much more offensive to me because of the fact that it's consumed and surpassed programs like Facebook, Twitter. Snapchat had a near-death experience before getting a gender swap filter. Makes some kind of sense. But Instagram has vastly surpassed all of those. And in some ways I understand it. I mean, not really. Its direct messaging functions are adequate. I don't see what's special about them, but yeah, it works. You can make group chats and send direct messages to people. Great. Do you want a fucking award for that? And other than that, the entire platform is just based around, it's entirely targeted around thoughts, OnlyFans, just chicks showing their ass and their tits, wearing almost no clothes, half naked on camera, taking selfies. That's what Instagram is for. That's what it's for. Okay? Or celebrities doing pretty much the same thing. That's all it's designed for, and that's the only people for who it is user friendly. I am not one of those people, believe it or not. Okay? For businesses, Instagram is like a hostile environment. And I guess maybe then businesses just need to be on there. But where else are they supposed to go for social media? A business with a Facebook account, like a Twitter, maybe. But a Facebook, like, no one's going to be on it. Everyone's on Instagram. So if everyone's on Instagram, it should be designed to try and accommodate as many people as you can. But you don't. They don't have to. Why would Mark Zuckerberg go through the effort, okay? He already owns it. He already makes money. Every single goddamn person on the fucking planet uses Instagram. So why would he need to put any effort into making it user-friendly if everyone's already using it? We're stuck in this trap, man. We're stuck in this trap, everybody. Because you guys will just shut up and accept whatever fucking bullshit is being force-fed into your stupid baby bird mouths. Okay, you're just letting all the big governments and corporations chew up the worms and throw it straight up down your throat, and you love it. You gobble that shit up. I mean, sometimes you just gotta spit it out. Instagram, it just dicks you in the ass at any possible point. It is unrelenting. It does not allow you to do anything you want because you have to do it their way. Here's what I'm talking about. You want to upload anything. You want to upload anything at all, it's got to be visual. Okay, everything's got to be visual. The only place where you can upload, like, just text, like Twitter does. The thing I love about Twitter is half of the posts on there are just words that people can post of whatever they're thinking. And hey, guess what? It's funny. A lot of shit that people post on Twitter, a lot of the funniest memes are just screenshots of people saying funny jokes on Twitter. That's pretty much it. Okay? Why not extend that opportunity to other platforms? So the only place where you could possibly do it is like an Instagram story. And don't even get me started on Instagram stories. You can just post text there. But even so, like, I will say it's somewhat better than Snapchat, where I never had Snapchat, but supposedly the second you open the app, it's getting you to take a picture of yourself. But I mean, Snapchat, it's rudimentary. That's what it is you take a picture of yourself, you send it to people, and you can edit it. And Snapchat, what it's got going for it is it actually has some interesting ways of editing photos. People use Snapchat as a photo editor. I've actually considered downloading Snapchat to just use it as a photo editor, because you can save the photos afterwards. Instagram, like I said, if everyone's trying to use it, I guess it maybe tried to be a jack of all trades in some ways. But yeah, so a third of its functionality is to take pictures of yourself, okay? Like, I can appreciate it doesn't shove it totally down my throat, but when you open up the app, you got your feed, you got your direct messages, and to the other side, you have take a fucking picture of your face, okay? And I never want to use that. I don't like that. I don't ever want that because I don't ever want to upload a picture of myself. Not what I want to do. That's annoying in itself, but the formatting that Instagram has for its posts is entirely revolving around the idea that you just swipe to the left and then take pictures of yourself and then upload it. That's all it is, uploading half-naked picture of yourself with a caption that just says something generic as shit, or maybe even just a couple of emojis if you're feeling particularly lazy. People can only like it because you can't dislike someone's picture of their ass, of course. And the comment section is entirely consistent of people saying, "Oh my god, you look so gorgeous," to people that they have never met in real life once. If you wanna, and I'm not even talking strictly from a business perspective, maybe I just want to upload a picture of some lovely scenery that I saw, and I took the photo, guess what? How? Horizontal, okay? Landscape format. I want to upload a video, a clip from the latest Nim video for business purpose. This is for business purposes. I want to upload that to Instagram. It's recorded how? Well, it's for computers. It's designed for your laptop, so it's probably going to be horizontal, landscape, hot dog format. Instagram does not like that. Why? I get it. Our phones are portrait. You usually hold on portrait. You watch YouTube, you're going to watch it landscape. You're going to rotate your phone landscape, and that's how the video goes full screen. Instagram don't like that. They make it as difficult as possible to get a video to go landscape full screen. It's a battle. I figured it out, but man, every video I looked up of someone on YouTube trying to teach you how to upload shit to Instagram, or even worse, IGTV, that hell spawn, they all have the same complaint. It doesn't make sense. It fights you every step of the way. You try and upload a still image or a video to Instagram, and it's going to try and format it like it's portrait. If you upload a landscape photo, it'll pretend like it doesn't even know what's going on, and it'll try and crop off the edges and just add massive-ass black bars on the top and the bottom to make it portrait. That's not what I want. That will never be what I want. Don't give it to me like that. So you got to do all the editing yourself. This is what I'm saying about like Snapchat. Its thing is, even if I don't like the fact that its only purpose is for you to take pictures of shit, at least it then lets you do stuff with it. It commits fully to being a photo editing app, essentially. It's edit photos and then send them to people. Instagram, you want to upload anything except for a photograph of your naked ass with a bunch of filters on it that make you look way uglier, and a stupid ass dog tongue and dog ears and dog nose coming out of your face. Unless you want to upload anything other than that, you're going to have to do the editing your goddamn self. You have to go edit the photo in, I'm not saying it's difficult. You just go to your default gallery app or whatever. But you still got to do it yourself. Instagram is like, why don't you upload photos? But, first make it in a way that will accept it. You got to do that shit yourself. We have all this functionality for editing the photo, but all it is a bunch of shitty filters that don't make you look any better. A bunch of stupid, goofy shit that nobody wants. Like, at least Snapchat, it has enough bullshit that it's interesting, that you can make interesting stuff. Alright, Instagram, the most variety it has is all those stickers that no one uses. The shitty stickers. Those are ridiculous. Where do those even come from? So if I want to upload a still image, I gotta go edit it myself, or just accept that it's gonna be cut off on the ends and flat. That's stupid, because you can't view anything. Everything has to be portrait in Instagram. If I want to upload, God forbid, an IGTV video, same situation. You go to upload it, and it's just like, you probably took this video portrait. Why? Why do you think that? Does anyone take videos portrait except for IG stupid fucking TV? No, you don't. You do not. Do not even try to argue that you do. When you record landscape. If you record portrait, you're doing it wrong. If you're doing it for Instagram, stop using Instagram. You're not supposed to. Anyone will tell you. You are supposed to record landscape. Why? Because anyone else who's watching it, if they're on their phone, they can turn it landscape. If they're on their laptop, it needs to be formatted landscape to begin with. That's the universal method. You film landscape. Nothing looks good film portrait. It's unbelievable to me, the amount. Every single time you see someone who's recorded their own video now on the news, because now the news, no one gets news stories on their own. I'm amazed that that news reporters or journalists or whatever aren't out of a job, because all on-site news footage at this point is just taken by a random person who filmed the event on their phone, who happened to be there, and uploaded it to Twitter. The sheer amount of those videos that are recorded portrait and have to have the stupid ass blurred sides that get uploaded, that get then put on the news that everyone. That's how they get their information now, is in fucking portrait mode with blurred sides. That is just, God, it's disgusting to me. I find that heinous. And I just said Twitter. Like, Twitter, see, they have to blur it because on Twitter, yeah, your images are meant to be horizontal. The videos are supposed to be landscape. They know that. If you were to upload it to Instagram, they wouldn't have a problem with it being portrait. They would accept it. How is this possible? How do we get people who are trying to upload their videos in portrait to Twitter, and then you get me who's trying to upload my videos to Instagram in landscape? How do we get mixed up like this? I mean, you got the dumbasses reporting the news, and you got people who are incapable of cooperating with technology like me, trying to promote their brand through technology. It's fucking stupid. So we're all brain dead. But yeah, so you try and upload a video to IGTV, they think that you're recording it in portrait. Why? You try and do like the Instagram live? Yeah, I tried to do an Instagram live stream once. God, I'm never doing that again if I can help it. They want you to record that portrait. Why? And apparently people make use of it because that's what they do with, I guess, Instagram live is for people who think that other people care about them to record a video of their own face from like a 45-degree angle downward, so you're just looking up at their chin and their nostrils. And then, you ask them questions about themselves and they answer them on a live stream? Why? God, Instagram Live has got to be one of the most, and I'm speaking as a person who has made use of it on multiple occasions. Instagram Live has got to be one of the most asinine functions of any social media I've ever seen. Absolutely ridiculous that exists. You film in landscape. If you try and flip something in landscape on Instagram Live, it doesn't recognize it. It just ignores it. It just thinks you're tilting your camera the wrong way. Really? The most rudimentary cameras that you can buy, the most basic, simple camera functions on any kind of app or website, if you turn the camera sideways, it will make the image fucking landscape. Any camera will do that. Any. Instagram is the only one. It's like we're stuck in the fucking Middle Ages of cameras, of camera technology, where you turn it sideways, your image is going to be sideways. If I turn my phone sideways, it's not going to auto-rotate on Instagram Live. It's just going to give me a fucking, and I don't, obviously it's not going to rotate for me. I mean, for the people watching it, the image is just going to be sideways. It's just going to be like, I look like an asshole because I'm recording sideways, and they look like an asshole because their screen is sideways, and Instagram Live is an asshole because they're making everything sideways. Utterly fucking bonkers. Cannot understand how this came into inception. This system, this broken, dumbass system where they just have this iron chokehold. They got us by the balls, okay? Instagram has all of us by the balls. We just haven't realized it yet. Every video and photo that we take is going to end up being in portrait. Nothing's going to look good. You're going to end up taking pictures of a forest. You're going to take it up and down so that you get fucking 13 inches of blue nothingness up above, and you get the fucking soil in your shoes down below, and you just get like 4 feet worth of trees to the side because you try to take a picture of a forest in portrait like a dumbass. That's what humanity is going towards. So stupid. You know how you upload videos in landscape to Instagram? You gotta go to the browser. And I know I already talked about the browser, how the browser's versions of applications are often better than the apps. Yeah, well in this case, it's actually not. Okay, Instagram, because the Instagram is made to be on your fucking phone. I already discussed this. So the app is definitely better. You can't do anything on the browser. Okay, you can't even make posts. But for some reason, you can upload to IGTV. Why? Because I guess they thought, hey, maybe people actually want to upload IGTV in landscape. But we're not going to let them do that from the app. We're going to let them do it, but we're going to make them go to the browser. Why? Why does that make sense? The browser does absolutely nothing. It lets you do hardly anything. But it does let you do the one thing that you can't do on Instagram, which is upload shit horizontal to IGTV. So you gotta go to the browser, and when I say you, I mean me. If you're me, you have to go to the browser version every single time you want to upload anything, specifically in this one way that Instagram refuses to just update their app so that it can do from there. Then I can upload a video landscape. That's the story. That's how it works. That's how I have to do it. You know what else Instagram hates? Links. Instagram hates links. Another thing that's like, since the inception of the internet, links, hyperlinks can take you anywhere the fuck you want to go. It's the most incredible thing in the world. And here's the thing. The reason I have such a problem with this, like, a lot of it might be user error. It's still Instagram's fault. But I see the reason why no one else, seems to have a problem with it, or not a big one anyways. They can work around it because they understand technology. And they just have grown up with it, and they live with it, and they work with social media and things all the time. Okay, so it's something that they've come to understand and accept. I fight technology all the time. It just does not work with me. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. So, and I'm okay with that. I have to learn new things. That's what I have to do, all right? I have to learn how the internet works constantly. That's on me. But here's my problem with Instagram. It's not that it's got new technological internet things that I'm not familiar with that I have to learn. That's fine, because then I just learn it. I understand how it works. I figured out how to do the direct messaging thing just fine. I understand. I can do it. What I hate about Instagram is when it takes the very simple things about technology that I thought I had a pretty firm grasp on, and it just says, we don't need that. Just do away with it. Forget it. That pisses me off the most, okay? Things like turning your phone to the side to make things landscape. Like, I had just gotten into my head. Like, as soon as when I got a phone, one of the first things I picked up was like, you record in landscape. It's a common courtesy. People, I see everywhere, people, being mocked or just yelling at other people to record their shit in landscape. And I thought, once I got a phone, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to record in landscape, be a nice person, be a good, decent human being, because I'm intelligent and savvy with the ways of technology. And that is, because I don't want to look like a noob. That's a rookie mistake, is recording a video in portrait so that you can't see shit because it's black bars or blurred lines across, 70% of the screen, and then that one tiny little bar of portrait video. It's retarded. So I'm like, I'm not going to make that rookie mistake because I'm a genius now. I'm going to record landscape. Instagram goes, fuck you. You're supposed to record in portrait. What are you talking about? What were you thinking? I go, what the hell? I was told that you're supposed to record in landscape, and I still believe you record in landscape. Instagram wants me to record portrait. And here's the other thing that I thought I had a firm grasp on. Hyperlinks. I love them, man. I understand it. You copy and paste them from any website. You can get pretty much anywhere you want. You can find any information. You can send your friends anywhere you want them to. You try and describe a website to them. That's never going to work. You don't remember what the website's called, but you copy paste a link. It'll take them right where you want to go. Whatever you want to do, however you want to navigate the internet. Hyperlinks, way to go. I love it. I love the function of it. And I love the programs that incorporate hyperlinks into everything. You can incorporate them into your posts, into your titles, into your captions, in your comments. You can reword the link so that it says the name of the website instead of just a long string of letters. Everything can do it. Gmail can do it. Reddit can do it. Twitter can do it. Every other social media in the goddamn world can do it. Instagram hates hyperlinks. Probably it's some scheme to help them make more money. I think it is, because you can't put a link anywhere. You can only put one link in the entirety of your profile on Instagram. Not in the captions. Illegal. It just becomes fucking text. In the comments, it's illegal. Only place where you can put a link is, well, you can link people's handles. You can link people's handles. That works half the time, not even always. Okay, sometimes you make one of those, you click on it, it'll take them right to their profile. The only place where you can put an HTTP link in your bio. In your bio, you can put under your website, and you can put one. Just the one. That's it. Again, how do businesses work with this? How do I work with it? I look like an asshole. What am I supposed to do? Ask people to click link in the bio on every single goddamn thing because I gotta change it every single fucking week for the new video that comes out? No, that's stupid. I hate that. I despise it. All I want. Why? Why would you refuse me the ability to just put a link in the caption? In the caption saying, here's a sneak peek at our latest video. Here, come watch it at YouTube. What purpose is served to Instagram by just eliminating one of the most basic functional units of information on the internet, which is a hyperlink? And I look like a fucking ass. I look like a massive jackass for my first couple months promoting our show on Instagram, because every week when I advertised the new episode of the podcast that was out, I would go make an Instagram post in the caption, I'd say, here's the link to the video. Like the fucking dumbass that I was. Because it was just a string of text. And, well, the one thing you could do is, oh, wait, no, you can't. Guess what else Instagram doesn't let you do? Copy-paste. You can't copy-paste jack shit on Instagram. What program is like that? You can't highlight words. You can't highlight the text on your feed and copy it and paste it into somewhere else. Why? What purpose is served? Everyone can copy-paste stuff. That's where copy pastas come from. You copy and paste the text that you see. Any text. Again, one of the things that I've come to accept and understand about the internet is that any text that I see somewhere, I can highlight it, copy it, and put it somewhere else. I need that kind of constant to exist so that I understand how to navigate this shithole that we call the internet. And Instagram takes it all away, makes none of it possible. And for some reason, that is the program that we all choose to use. Everyone has chosen to accept that Instagram is their fucking Lord and Savior, their guide into the world. And that comes down to me, where now I'm here having to deal with this on a daily basis, also submitting my soul to Instagram just so I can get the slightest bit of promotion on my sad fucking YouTube channel podcast. Ain't that a bitch?